All right, all right, all right. What's going on? Good morning, everyone. Today I wanted to talk about the sport that is fantasy football, but without, we can't talk about fantasy football unless you actually talk about football and know, the ins and outs of, the league itself, plus your league, your scoring system. We'll get into all that bullshit. I've been playing fantasy football now for well over a decade. Um, Probably since fuck. I've been probably playing fantasy football since I was like 15, 16 years old. So I'm 32, almost 20 years. Holy shit. Um, I've I've been rather well in fantasy football according to Yahoo. Let's actually go and check out it because that's pretty much the only platform that I've ever used was Yahoo. I never used anything else besides their thing here. I'm actually looking for something. Managers. I have a rating on Yahoo of 764, which is a gold. This is probably a really bad. This is a really bad year for me. Just so everybody knows, I've been not doing well. My win percentage on Yahoo is 56%. 108 wins, 82 losses. It says zero ties. I was literally just having this conversation. I'm missing a team on here, which pisses me off. I swear, I'm missing like one team out of all the goddamn teams because it says 13 teams. That's wrong. It's definitely 14 or 15 because I totally tied somebody in the past. This was probably like one of the first years of me playing. We tied to the fraction point. That was a possibility this week in this league. Mikey and Nick could have tied each other at the same exact score down to the fraction. It was disgusting. But yeah, let's actually just talk about football. Go through some of these standings here. And the AFC East, you got Buffalo at 9-2. They just beat the Chiefs, handed them their first loss of the season. Good for the Bills. But yeah, by the way, we're coming up on week 12, I believe, in the NFL. It is Tuesday morning. It is the 19th on a Tuesday. Um, so that means, yeah, I believe week 12 basically is starting this week. Thursday night football is the Steelers and the Browns. Um, but yeah, back to these. Yeah, so teams that I honestly thought that would have done better: Miami 4-6, Jets 3-8. Even with the Jets and their acquiring of Devontae Adams, they still just didn't their coach get fired? Robert Saley or whatever his name is. I feel like he got fired. I think McDaniels doesn't have to worry about much of nothing down there. Miami, they have their troubles at quarterbacks. Tua's a good quarterback, but at the same time, I feel like Tua cares more about the game than he cares about his own safety. There was the hit early on in this season where he collided with the safety Damar Hamlin from the Bills, and he didn't need to take the hit that he took. He brought it in on himself, is what I'm getting at. But like he's a bit rough. I feel like Tua. Not a terrible player. He's careless. I'll say it. He's careless. Let's go to the AFC South. We got Texans at the top at 7-4. Colts 5-6. The Titans and the Jaguars are both two. Well, Titans are actually 2-8. Jaguars are 2-9. Bye weeks have a thing to deal with that there. Jacksonville should not be a team that's 2-9. I think they have a lot of firepower on this team that they should not be that god awful. And then when it comes down to the fantasy aspect of it, I have two Jacksonville Jaguars on my team, and like I just hate trying to play them. I have Evan Ingram and Brian Thomas Jr., the rookie wide receiver. They're good players. Maybe Trevor Lawrence is trash. Maybe he doesn't deserve the contract that they've given him. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it's coaching. They have to figure that shit out. Titans, I would actually expect them to be 2-8 versus Jacksonville being 2-9. Like, I don't know. Titans losing Derrick Henry to the Ravens. Who the fuck is their running back? Somebody big, Tony Pollard, who also had his butt of a season where they were like, you know what, down in Dallas, they sent away Zeke last year to New England, and Zeke was subpar in New England, and Tony Pollard broke out the season before, so everybody was like, oh, we're going to watch Tony Pollard be amazing, and then he wasn't, and then they were like, you know what, you go away, give us back Zeke. And then with the Colts 5-6, the Colts are 5-6. I want to say, how many wins of those are? How many of those wins are Anthony Richardson? How many of those wins are Joe Flacco? I'm still convinced that Joe Flacco's a cyborg and does whatever the hell he wants. He's crazy. I have Jonathan Taylor on my fantasy team. He's mid. But yeah, the Houston Texans 7-4. You got Stroud slinging the ball. Tank Dell. I think Nico Collins is injured, but he should be coming back. I don't know if his season's over. AFC West. Leading is the Chiefs, of course, at 9-1. Like I said, they just lost to the Bills. Chargers are 7-3. Not bad. Okay, Chargers. Broncos 6-5. Also not bad. Good for the Broncos. And then there's the Raiders, who are 2-8. You're trash. Bo Nix is Bo Nix, the quarterback at the Broncos. He's a gangster. That's as a rookie coming into this league, playing the way that he's been playing. I'll give it up to Bo Nix. I wonder what his stats are. Let me see if I can actually find his stats. That might actually take me a while. I might give up. Oh no, it's gonna take me forever just to find one person. No, because it's literally showing me. It's not even showing me their stats. Hold on. And you're sending me somewhere else. Okay, never mind. I'm sure Bo Nix has really decent stats as a rookie, and he should be praised for it. And like as much as like the Chiefs are 9-1, you like to see them at least lose one game, but at the same time, like they are a really good team. Andy Reid is probably one of the best coaches, up there with the likes of Belichick, maybe even Cowher. And then, but then you got somebody like Mike Tomlin who's, building a team. So yeah, I'm actually going to go back to the North now. And we're going to talk about the AFC North. Now, for those of you that are listening to this and you actually don't know who the hell I am, well, I am a Steelers fan. And I live not too far outside of Pittsburgh. Once you grow up here, this is how this is. Now, I honestly don't know what to say, but other than like I am actually in disbelief. I feel like most of all football fans all around this league, all around the world, anybody that's been following the picture here in the AFC North, to me it's completely different. I am blown away by the way that this looks. The Browns are 2-8. The Bengals are 4-7. Once again, great goddamn team. They have the firepower. They have the explosive players that can make plays. Jamar Chase is probably the fucking highest scoring person in fantasy right now. But the Bengals are 4-7. Also watched a couple of games. I watched a game, I think it was maybe a week or so ago at this point. I think it was a Thursday night game where it was the Bengals versus the Ravens, and their coach just hates Evan McPherson and hates kicking field goals. Now, I don't know what's Evan McPherson, like, what's he doing? Like, does he miss field goals, and that's why we're not kicking the ball? But I legit watched that coach not win that game by not kicking field goals when he should have. So, figure that one out. The Ravens, reigning MVP, Lamar Jackson, they're 7-4. I know that they one of the Browns wins, one of their 2 wins is against the Ravens. Where are they at division-wise? Ravens are 2-2. So they beat the Ravens beat both the Bengals and the Browns, but also lost to the Browns once, and then they lost to us this past week. And that leaves the Steelers at 8-2. If you were to tell me that, by this week that the Steelers were going to be 8-2, I would have laughed at you because I wouldn't have believed you. As simple as that. Also, with the. Excuse my chair for being fat and loud. I just. First of all, I'm happy. Trust me, I'm happy that, my team is leading the division and we're up 2 games now, it seems like. Good luck getting us. Now we get to play, but that's the thing is we get to play the Browns this week, I believe. We play Thursday Night Football this week, and it's in Cleveland. And I hate being the away team on Thursday Night Football. Just never bet. But it's the Browns, so how bad can it be? I will give credit to both quarterbacks on the Steelers, being Justin Fields starting the season and getting where the hell were we at even? But then Russell Wilson came in, and it just seems like he doesn't know how to lose right now. And he's playing fucking. It looks like Russell Wilson's playing Steeler football. He's been doing stuff that I was kind of screaming at the television, wanting Justin Fields to do. Now I know Justin Fields can use his feet and run, but I was really hoping that I could see some like explosive passes. I wanted to see him start slinging the ball around. I wanted him to be, it really lasts. Like this is one of those facts that like it. I think this is really funny because I always look at somebody and I tell them this fact that the record for most rushing yards by a quarterback in a single game is like 100. I think it's 178 yards. And when I tell that person, like I tell somebody, like, oh, the record is 178 rushing yards by one quarterback in a single game. Who's that quarterback? And everybody's like, oh, that's Michael Vick. Nope, it's not Michael Vick. Well, it's Lamar Jackson. Nope, it's not Lamar Jackson. Well, is it like old school people, like maybe like Randy Cunningham? Nope, it's not him. It's Justin Fields. Justin Fields, when he was in Chicago, I think this wasn't last year, would have been the year before, it would have been his rookie year. Justin Fields ran all over the Miami Dolphins in a single game. 178 rushing yards to the point where there's this really funny thing because I remember being in the kitchen at work, my old job, with a coworker, and we're standing there, we're watching the game, and it was Michael McDaniels, the coach for the Dolphins. He walks over to the sideline where Justin's doing his like last bit of running, just getting some yards there at the end of the game. Michael McDaniels has like his arms crossed or is on his hip. He's just frustrated as all hell. He looks at Justin Fields and he goes, "Just stop. Just stop already." I'm very happy. Of course I'm very happy. Why would I be pissed off? There was something that I had brought up to my buddies Nick and Chooch about not too long ago. Like the decision to put in Russell Wilson, that's not what bugged me. There was this interview that Mike Tomlin had did. I don't know who it was with, but he had said something about like, oh, I'm not here. I'm not trying to win games. I'm trying to win championships. It was just something that he had said that pissed me off earlier in the season. But this was literally like the week that Russell Wilson starting with this. I think that was the Jets. We played the Jets, and Russell Wilson became the starter. All right, where's the NFC? This is the division that I look at and I just laugh at because to me, this is a banger of the division. Like once again with the firepower, minus the Giants, you got the Eagles at 8-2. You got the Washington Commanders at 7-4. Mm-hmm. The Dallas Cowboys are 3-7, trash, and the Giants are 2-8, also trash. Recently, I just read that the Giants are switching quarterbacks. Danny Dimes is being benched for Tommy Cutlass, Tommy D, Tommy DeVito, Tommy Two Toes. I just remember Tommy DeVito's fucking his fucking agent or somebody, his brother, whoever's just some dude was just standing there on the sidelines in a suit and a hat. He looked like he needed a stogie in his mouth. Oh, tell Danny Dimes gonna be sleeping with the fishes in the Hudson River. The Cowboys are bad, but then again, the Cowboys also beat the Steelers, which pisses me off. They're 3-7, and one of those wins is against the Steelers. That game was rough. That game was rough to watch. That was a Sunday night game. And that game, I swear, that was the game that took forever. If I'm not mistaken, there was the Steeler game it was a Sunday night game. Kickoff was supposed to be at like 8:15, 8:20 on a Sunday night. That shit didn't kick off until 9 o'clock at night, or a little bit after. And then the game ended damn near 1 o'clock in the morning. Commanders, surprise team, 7-4. Rookie quarterback, Jaden Daniels. Somebody that, first of all, I have him on my fantasy team. I did not. I like Jaden Daniels brought to life Terry McLaurin. It seems like they have they have not Bijan, Brian Robinson, Austin Eckler in the backfield. They have their team. They have their defense. I feel like, but once they're not. What's their division record? Where are they at? 2-1. Philadelphia's 3-0. At the beginning of my fantasy season, I drafted Jalen Hurts and drafted Jalen Hurts and Jaden Daniels were my two quarterbacks at the beginning of the season. And then I had to make a decision, and I kept Jaden Daniels. And then I picked up Russell Wilson off of waivers. Another 9-1 team, the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions don't give a shit about scoring points against you. Like, they will continue to score as many points as they want. Is this the best division in football right now? If the NFC North, I think they might be the best division in football. You got Detroit 9-1, Vikings 8-2, Packers 7-3, Bears 4-6. Now the Bears are under; they're under 500 right now. But oh no, never mind. Holy shit. Okay, like I was gonna say, the Lions. They just I just keep watching them score as many points as they fucking possibly can, showing no mercy. They literally just who the fuck they played Jacksonville because Jacksonville's trash. I think the final score there was like Jacksonville had 6 points. Fucking Detroit had like 52 or something like that. They didn't even care anymore. Minnesota started off hot. They lost. These two games. I don't know exactly when they lost, but Sam Darnold being at quarterback, showing everybody, who's the boss now. With the departure of Kirk Cousins, who went to the Falcons this offseason. You got playmakers in Minnesota anyway. You got Justin Jefferson, Aaron Jones coming from the Packers, being the running back there. TJ Hawkinson was injured earlier in the season. Hawkinson plays for the fucking Vikings, right? But they got their squad. They're putting that together. The Packers 7-3. That's actually rather surprising to me because I'm not saying that Jordan Love is mid, but he's one of those guys. I literally will watch the Packers just make really ridiculous play calling, but it tends to work out. Maybe they get lucky and get a penalty. Chicago Bears 4-6. Rookie number 1 overall pick Williams 4-6 versus the second overall pick Jaden Daniels is 7-4. And then they had that game. They actually did have their game. I think that was actually last week. Was it last week or was it this past week? Yeah. I think it was. They played Thursday night, if I'm not mistaken. Bears versus Commanders, and Jaden Daniels got the win. Commanders got the win. NFC South, Falcons are 6-5. This might be the worst fucking division in football. Falcons are 6-5. Tampa Bay Bucks are 4-6. New Orleans is 4-7. Carolina's 3-7. Falcons, Kirk Cousins, he has been slinging the ball. Their record is faulty, really bad. Why? 4-1 in the division. I would assumed that, they started off hot. They had their one game where Kirk Cousins was slinging the ball. I think that might have been a Thursday night game where, in our league, our scoring system is really whack thanks to Mikey. But Kirk Cousins alone damn near had 100 fantasy points in our league. Let's talk about the Bucks though, because that's another team that started off strong. Tampa Bay started off so strong in the beginning of the season, and then they just started getting plagued with injury after injury. Mike Evans has been out for the past like couple of weeks. They're coming off their bye right now, so they might get him back. Chris Godwin's gone for the season. He's on IR. But like that, like Chris Godwin was one of the top wide receivers in the league before his injury, doing very well. If Mike Evans doesn't get injured, Chris Godwin doesn't get injured, the Bucks continue to keep doing what they're doing, they would be at the lead of their division. And they wouldn't be 1-2 in the division. They might be 3-0. Saints are 4-7. They've had their quarterback issues too. Derek Carr got hurt there. Another rookie was starting, Sattler, I believe his name is. And then the Panthers are just the Panthers. Anytime I watch the Panthers play, I'm like, this is boring as all hell. We gave them a game there in Germany. I don't think it was this past week. It was the week before. But the Germany game, I think it was the Giants and the Panthers. We were like, here you go. Here's this shit game. Now, here might be the best division in football. Now, there's not a lot of everything going around here. But just by nobody is under 500 in this goddamn division. Cardinals are 6-4, Rams are 5-5, Seattle's 5-5, and San Francisco's 5-5. Cardinals are 2-0 in the division. And San Francisco's 1-3. San Francisco's at the bottom of this division because of being 1-3 in the division. They just got Christian McCaffrey back, not this past week, but the week before. He's been, he looks like he just got done with his Achilles being all fucked up, so he's not really there. I had Christian McCaffrey when he was still in the Panthers. Picked him up like number 1 overall. He was on there, and then he got injured. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I'm never ever gonna draft Christian McCaffrey ever again. Last year in a league, I had the first overall pick. I took Justin Jefferson. He got injured. The second overall pick was Christian McCaffrey. That was my wife. She won the league because of Christian McCaffrey. So this year I said to myself, all right, well, if I have the opportunity, maybe I go for CMC. Maybe he's something. Gets injured in the beginning of the season. He's out for pretty much half the fucking season. But I want to say it was like week 4, week 5. That's when I said something earlier about having Jalen Hurts and Jaden Daniels. I made the decision to trade Jalen Hurts and George Pickens for Christian McCaffrey. I was also giving Jalen Hurts and Pickens to the team. The guy who had CMC was in the basement. I don't think he had a win yet. So I was like, all right, so this might actually benefit him a little bit more. Let me sit on CMC in the IR and stash him until I'm going to need him late in the season, which now I totally fucking need him to actually start doing shit. Seattle Seahawks 5-5, Rams 5-5. Seattle? Sure. Rams, you probably need to step your game up a little bit. Honestly, that's the thing though, is I haven't really been paying attention to the individual teams. If I don't have a player on your team, on my fantasy team, I really don't know how your team's doing. So there's that. Okay, so let's go into this real quick. I'm going to pop into scoring leaders for... by the way, standard scoring in fantasy football should be PPR. Points per reception is standard to me. Anything else is dumb. So this is for ESPN, actually, because I didn't even bother looking it up on my league's standings. I want to go through... This is standard. Well, not standard. This is PPR, but it's more along the lines of standard scoring because our league has very crazy scoring. Mikey, what have you done? So it seems as if that the reigning MVP, Lamar Jackson, is the highest scoring player in fantasy right now. But if I had to take a guess, the second highest scoring player according to ESPN, is Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase has to be the highest scoring player in this league. So I'm just going to take a quick look. Every time I decide to use my phone for anything, I just immediately regret it because I'm clicking on the wrong goddamn shit. Oh, I am way off. Jamar Chase's season rank in our league is 25. Who the fuck is one? Oh, is it Derrick Henry? I think it might be Derrick Henry. Nope. I don't know. Who the hell is leading in our league? Is it Joe Burrow? It is Joe Burrow. Okay, that makes sense because, so on here on ESPN, it goes Lamar Jackson, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. But for a hot second there, I was like, maybe Derrick Henry has a little bit more points. But it makes sense because I legit thought it would have been Jamar Chase. Also, people that I've had passed on my team, like especially even last year, I think I had Joe Burrow. Maybe 2 seasons ago, I had Chase. But no, these are your scorers. These are your high scoring players. This is what sucks because this is totally like at least one team in our league where this is Nick's team. Nick has Jamar Chase, who's ranked second on this list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is Josh Allen. That's Nick's quarterback, one of Nick's quarterbacks. 7, 8 is Alvin Kamara. Also, just didn't see that coming. I honestly didn't see Alvin Kamara having the season that he's been having. Especially at the, I don't want to say he's old. If anything, I'm probably older than Alvin Kamara. See Baker Mayfield on this list. He's up here in the top 10. Jaden Daniels, I think that is actually 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, Jaden Daniels is 10th on this list. Jaden Daniels has a little over 2,300 passing yards, 10 touchdowns through the air, 4 touchdowns on the ground. Where's Josh Allen? Josh Allen has 5 rushing touchdowns. What quarterback has the most rushing touchdowns right now? Lamar Jackson has 2. Joe Burrow has 1. Jalen Hurts has 11. Oh, and then I traded him away. I should have traded away fucking Jaden Daniels. Oops. That was legit the package trade of the fucking year so far, too. Like, I feel like somebody else... There was another crazy trade that happened in our league, but it was just us, trying to stay alive, trying to stay above water. Some of these names here at the bottom of the list, like, outside of the top 10... But then you might be plagued by an injury or something like that. Amon-Ra St. Brown at 13. Breece Hall at 15, but that's because the Jets are the Jets. Justin Jefferson's not in the top 10. He's doing not great. This is another trade that I did. Another trade that I did that I'm also not proud of, but according to this list, I should be proud of it because he did take some time out due to an injury. I don't even see him on the fucking... What is this? Did I skip him? Dude, he's just not even here. He's not even... Oh my god, maybe I did make a good trade. I traded away A.J. Brown for Garrett Wilson. And this was pre-trade in the NFL where Devontae Adams left Las Vegas and came to New York. I acquired Garrett Wilson before that trade happened, thinking that wasn't going to happen, and then it fucking happened anyway. Of course it did. A.J. Brown is not on this first page. He was out for a while. Holy shit, where the fuck is he? Is A.J. Brown trash? Did I win that trade? I saw Devonta Smith's name. Holy shit, he's bad. This is A.J. Brown's season so far. Now, he was out a couple of games, but, apparently it's all fucking Jalen Hurts with his points. 33 catches, 118 yards, 3 touchdowns. Is that right? Yeah. Holy shit, A.J. Brown. You're not having a good season, are you, bud? He is under there, by the way. Justin Fields technically has more points than A.J. Brown does. Holy shit. Austin Eckler, Juwan Jennings. These are just names that I'm like, I had to skip some pages to find him. Holy shit. So maybe I did win that trade. I don't know. My running backs should be like, that's the other thing too, is like my running back core in this league is disgusting. Let's go to that real quick. Let me just rattle you off my running backs here, and like you guys maybe can tell me why I'm not scoring so many goddamn points. Christian McCaffrey, like I said, got activated off of IR 2 weeks ago. We have him now. Kenny Walker 3. Aaron Jones, Jonathan Taylor. How the shit am I losing games? I'm still losing games. And I don't know why. Why am I so bad? I also did, like I said, I did trade away like some wide receivers that I probably shouldn't have traded away. Like I traded away George Pickens and that was before Russell Wilson started playing football. I traded away George Pickens at the time where George Pickens had 0 touchdowns. And I would honestly, I guess I would blame Justin Fields for that. So once Russ got in, started slinging it to Pickens because that's your target. That's going to be your favorite target. You want to throw him the ball and let him make stuff happen. He's a good wide receiver too. I don't know, but anyway, I felt like it was the move that I should have made here. My wide receivers are not great. I have Cortland Sutton, Mike Evans is coming back from his injury. Calvin Ridley, Juwan Jennings. That's the thing, is Jennings is actually gonna with Brandon Ayuk on IR, Juwan Jennings could actually do a little bit of something. Garrett Wilson, Ryan Thomas Jr. I have wide receivers that get targets. I don't know what's going on here. The 100%ers on my roster, like 100% owned on Yahoo. Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, and Garrett Wilson. What's going on Yahoo right now? Like Jaden Daniels is 98% owned. I have my tight end situation. Well, you know what? Let's actually talk about the position of tight end here, and I might actually get to wrapping this up. Tight ends are just football in general. Used to be my favorite position. I don't think that it is anymore. Just because of the fact that like it seems like you're either one or the other. You're either fucking your quarterback's favorite fucking target, or you're just there to block. I have Tucker Kraft, and that's all he did. I had to start Tucker Kraft over Evan Ingram this past week because I'm so sick and tired of starting people from Jacksonville. I sit there and I start them. I'm like, all right, let's see what happens, and it's fucking nothing. But then again, this past week, Evan Ingram had like 9 points in our league, and Tucker Kraft had 0. And that really made me mad. Oh my god, I had to lay down a goose egg in the fucking late games of the season. Oh. I'm not doing well, actually. What is my record? I'm 4-7. I'm in 9th place, 9th out of 10. I'm doing really good. I'm playing Nick this week, and Nick, like I said, Nick has a really good fucking team. Nick's team is stacked, but Nick's team is not stacked this week. All of his good players. Jamar Chase is on a bye. Can I see this? Can I see this matchup real quick? Nick does not have Josh Allen. He does not have Jamar Chase. He doesn't have Alvin Kamara. Or his kicker. Oh, that's going to be good. Okay, so I need to win like every game. There's 3 more games, and I have to win all 3 of them. Looking at the standings, who's in 8th? Oh, fuck. So I kind of need this dude to lose. So I need 8th place. Who are you? Who's in 8th place? You need to lose to first place, which, I probably am not asking that much from somebody. 7th needs to lose to 4th, and then I actually need Mikey to lose to Justin, which, that's asking a lot. Justin's 1-10. I gave Justin Jalen Hurts to George Pickens. He won a game, and then he hasn't won a game since. Justin, we love you, bud. You're just It's just not your year, is it? This is what I mean about this league and the way that Mike had set it up. I'm projected 186 points, which is unheard of. Just so we're all clear about that. But my lineup for this week coming up here, I'm not playing anybody. Like I said, like a fucking. I could start Russell Wilson. I'm not going to on Thursday Night Football at Cleveland. Not happening. So I got Jaden Daniels, I got Cortland Sutton, I got Mike Evans, hopefully back from his injury. They're very hopeful he's coming back. CMC, Kenny Walker 3. I'm playing Tucker Kraft again because I don't have another tight end because Jags are on a bye. Aaron Jones is sitting in the flexes right now. Got Miami Sanders kicker and Kansas City's defense against Carolina. That should be fun. And they just lost, so they're going to be really upset. On the bench, though, somebody that I would consider playing over another would be, I guess, maybe instead of Aaron Jones, I go with Jonathan Taylor in the flex. But then again, at this point, it's like I can't necessarily just keep doing this off of like projected points. Because I'm really screwing myself up looking at it like, oh, who should I play? I should play this person over the projected points. Meanwhile, like I said, okay, so Jonathan Taylor, for whatever reason, is projected in even 21 over Aaron Jones' 18. He is playing Detroit, though. And that is fifth fewest fantasy points to running back so far. Meanwhile, Chicago is 15th. Calvin Ridley, though, who has been, ever since DeAndre Hopkins got traded to the Chiefs, Calvin Ridley has been making a name for himself as the wide receiver 1 in Tennessee. Juwan Jennings making a case to be wide receiver 2, but then again, that's the other thing too. It's like you look at a team like San Francisco. You got Deebo Samuels, you got George Kittle, but who also catches the ball? Christian McCaffrey. So it's like, do I play 2 San Francisco players and hope that they both get the ball? Like, meanwhile, there's 2 other goddamn targets out there that I feel like are more likely to get the ball before Jennings. In pecking order, I feel like Jennings would be last, even though he did something. What did he do this past week? He had some stats. He was 10 for 10, 91 and 1. Earlier in the season, his best game of the season was disgusting. It was week 3. He had 11 catches, 175 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Fuck off, bro. I didn't have him then. Plus, he was injured. He missed 3 weeks. Technically, he missed 2 weeks. Came back. Missed 2 weeks, and then they had their bye week. So he came back with Christian McCaffrey. But all right, that's going to be enough of me and my football talk, me and my fantasy talk. I do appreciate you guys stopping by and listening to me ramble on about shit that I don't know. Only thing I know is I need to start winning some games here, or else I'm screwed. If I legit, there's 3 more games before the playoff starts. I have to win all 3, and then I need the people around me to lose. Like I need to make it from the 9th spot to the 6th spot, and it's going to be tough. I mean, I have the team to do it. I just need the other people to start losing as well. So, wish me luck. I'll see you.